All right, you guys are gonna have to tell me about my microphone volume. Is it good? Does it sound terrible? Nothing like some technical difficulties, but I'll wait till someone chimes in. I'm guessing it's really quiet. Is it quiet? Odessa barbs are beautiful. Yes, 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 yes. No sound. No sound. Crank it up. Do we have sound? Oh, I sound fine and then no sound. So low, it could be louder. All right, I can fix that. We'll go right here. Super low sound. Sound, can't hear you. I hate that the chat lags behind. Better. KH Caver says, because super chats were disabled during the members only stream and you answered a ton of my questions. Holy smokes, what is that? That is not supposed to happen. And it doesn't even show it on the screen. Awesome. Whoa. And I think I just broke something as well. Turn the sound back up. How about that? First time I cranked it, it was best. It is cranked again. And that's as loud. Actually, I might be able to make it louder. Let me check one other thing. Let's see. Nope. It is at 100%. Okay, I don't know why it's flashing member stuff on here, because that didn't just happen. Lots of issues. Lots of issues. One sec here. And, oh, Carol Cox with the $5 super chat. Before I started, buy a new mic fund. Yeah, this stupid thing. Like, I don't know what the problem is, but it clearly lights up. It's got power, but no sound. But anyways, thank you for the super chats. We're gonna just move on from here. If it, whatever, I'll listen to it after the stream. I had to steal the microphone off my camera and hook it up to my PC and change all the settings. And now I got the stupid alert box thing going. So I gotta get rid of this alert box as well. One second. This is new live streaming software too that kind of played with over the weekend live streaming. The stream and I have something in common. Issues. All right. All right. I'm almost ready. To be fair, it's been a long time since we've had any technical difficulties, so we were due for sure. Sound still low. That's the best I can make it for now. I won't be able to fix it until next week. Fish Kid says, could I send you some money, Steenfott, and could get me some Easy Green? Why don't you just buy it yourself? I'm confused. I'm confused. Yeah, so the issue is like my desktop is way over there, and so the mic is way over there because I've got like that much length of a cord for my camera microphone, because why would I have a long cord for my camera? So yeah, that's the story of the microphone. This one broke, and holy smokes, I didn't turn it off. That just made it huge. Let's just do that. All right. Jess Phillips, welcome back to the Dream Team. I appreciate it. And let's, what have you done? Let's just get past all this. Yeah, sorry I missed your member stream. Me and the boys had poker night. Oh, I miss poker so much. Ah, man. It is one of my favorite pastimes. It's okay, I raised the sound and you are clear sounding. That is all right. We're going to move on. We're talking about future breeding projects. I'm going to talk about a few of mine and a few of my breeding projects, because we started talking about this over the weekend in the members only stream, and I thought it was kind of fun to talk about, so we're going to talk about it now. That way you guys don't miss anything for not being members, right? Okay. Huge off. What's the difference? What? Blame it on John. Yeah, John has his setup's been sounding pretty good though. Like he's got it pretty dialed in. Fish Tank Barn with a $5 super chat. Tiffany White with a $5 super chat. Thank you. I'm waiting for something to pop up on my screen, but nothing's happening. So maybe it's different with stickers. I don't know. Very Batman. Yeah. Oh, there's something. There it comes in. Why is it so big? That's what she said, but dang. Whatever. I'm going to probably not do this anymore. I used to do this a long time ago, and I don't really like it. That's kind of intrusive. So, don't worry, Bob. Next time you come to the Western North Carolina, we can play a round or two. Awesome. We used to go to the World Series of Poker every single year, but haven't gone in a long time. So anyways, future breeding projects. What am I breeding in my new fish room? If you saw yesterday's video, and then you saw my new fish room, well, the start of my new fish room. Pretty excited, and I can't wait to get tanks in there. But I just lost my chat too. Dang it. All kinds of problems today, I tell you. Farmhouse Fish Room says currently breeding guppies, platies, cherry barbs, and bristlenose. That's a good combination of fish. I am going to focus on corridoras and loaches simply because I've never specifically focused on either of those two. Like I've bred, I've had them breed like on accident. I've bred corridoras, but nothing like serious. And so I want to do corridoras, and I'm going to do stir-by corridoras. I'm going to do a Dolphi corridoras, and I want to do one more, but I haven't decided which. So the new fish room is going to be set up so there's going to be probably like 75% show tanks and 25% breeding tanks. And so I'm only going to be focusing on breeding 2, maybe 3 species of fish at a time. And instead of before where I was breeding like 20 fish at a time. You guys like my water? You can't even see it. You can see the water line, but you can't see the water, can you? And so once I breed those 2 corridoras and a third to be named later, I'm taking suggestions if anyone has any suggestions for corridoras. I still haven't picked a third. I've thought about like orange lasers, but I don't know. Jeez. Tesla Killdozer with a $10 super chat says, Bob, buy a new mic. Love your videos. Tank Top Tropics with the $1 super chat. Thank you. I appreciate it. Brian says, hey, Steen, I've heard water changes are good for plants, but you shouldn't use fertilizer for 24 to 48 hours after using a dechlorinator. Is this true? When should you fertilize? So there's a few things to take into consideration. Like if you're using dry ferts, you would fertilize the day after. But honestly, in all my years of planted tanks, I have either dosed like safe or prime and fertilizers all at the same time, and never had like any ill, or maybe I just didn't notice if it was causing like any type of issues, but I've never had an issue dosing ferts, and black corridors would be nice. Dosing ferts and any type of dechlorinator at the same time. Definitely, I think like as far as planted tanks, doing water changes is like the #1 thing you could do to make it real easy for you. Especially if you're one of those, I guess not if you're one of those, but let's say every time you do a water change and you see your plants pearling like crazy, that means they're happy and you should do more water changes. So I know a lot of people are like, you get planted tanks and you never have to do water changes ever again. Well, doing water changes replenishes all your minerals. So plants love the minerals, therefore water changes are good. Try black Schultzi. Boy, Barbados Corys would be fun. I think there's already. I think Randy is breeding those. I might be wrong. So I don't want to breed them because Randy's breeding them. I want to do something different. It's just kind of like we're in the same area, so we should breed something different. It's so big on the screen. I know. It's so annoying. Here. There. Now it won't be. Water Barn Tropical says, "Hey Bob, hope you're doing good. I am doing fantastic, my friend. Thank you. Much love from Holland, the country that is." Would assume. All right, Fish Kid. I don't know what you're talking about. You keep asking me if you can send me money to buy you Easy Green. If you send me money, I'm just gonna keep it for myself. So there you go. Furloughs Aquatics with the $10 super chat. New flameback hat breeding project is a success so far. Just pulled 36 eggs today. That is awesome. I would eventually like to breed some African cichlids again. I want to do Pseudotropheus or I don't know. That's just what I've been thinking about lately. Of course, that could change next week. I don't know. Thanks for love for the $10 super chat. I appreciate it. Super Equus corridors would be pretty awesome. I don't know why. I'm just having a hard time like settling on a third. So I don't know. Matthew Vargas is actually here. All right. I won't kick you off the team, even though you haven't shown up for a long time. You're still on the team. So there you go. Good to see you, my friend. Steenfott Aquatics, I found a great deal on 10-gallon with all the equipment. I want to do a breeding project. Any ideas? I don't have a lot of money to spend on fish, but still want profit. Thanks. First of all, I wouldn't go into breeding if the only thing you're trying to do is make profit. That's just never going to work out. If you want something that's going to, well, also it depends on your area, but guppies and shrimp always sell. Always. And you can breed them both in a 10-gallon tank. Now, the issue you're going to have is it's only 10 gallons, so you're not going to be producing a ton of fish. But if you got like cherry shrimp, everyone always buys cherry shrimp. People always want cherry shrimp. So do cherry shrimp and guppies, I think you're going to maximize your profit. But again, don't do it for profit. Do it because it's fun. Just finally tried Extremes Krill Flake, but there is red 3 in there. Yeah, you know, people always kind of, I don't know. I don't think it's that big a deal personally, but, you know, if it is for you, then don't buy it, I guess. There's always like, yeah, I don't know. I think it gets a bad rap, but in the end, I don't know. Does it really matter? I'm sure there's, I don't know. There's also the, what else is in the Krill Flakes? The, oh, there's something else in there that people don't like. I can't remember what it is, though. I don't have any Krill Flake next to me. I do have the Nano. Does the Nano... This is the best food that Extreme makes. Red number 3. We're looking for red number 3. There is no red number 3. Obviously, right? It's not red, but... this also doesn't have the other thing that people complain about in krill. I can't remember what it is. It's something weird. Something weird. What's your advice on bulldog plecos? As have one and showing amazing behavior, very charming and funny to watch. They're called rubber lip plecos as well. And I put them in like 3 videos straight at one point. So that should tell you how much I like them. I think they're amazing. The rubber lip pleco or the bulldog pleco. Very underrated, very inexpensive, super hardy, actually eats algae. Can't go wrong. I'd get a couple of them. Multi-Jacker with the $10 super chat. Thank you. Says, I really like Similis Corys for their purple spot. Also think black ruby barbs need more in the hobby. You sound like me after streaming for 2 hours. Yes, black ruby barbs. I have them in my 240 gallon. And the problem is when you buy them, they're just, I mean, they're like rainbow fish, right? They're just like, What is this? It's just a silver fish. Like, nothing special. But once you give them time and once they grow and color up, they are just super amazing looking fish. Super awesome. But so I definitely agree. Black ruby barbs are amazing and they should be more represented in the hobby. Regina Phalange says, hi, Zen Ginger. Sorry I'm running late. Extreme Nano for the win, says Zen Ginger. Yes, this stuff is amazing. Amazing. Oh, I wish I had some Krill Flake here so I could show you what I'm talking. I mean, I don't care regardless. I think Krill Flake is awesome, personally. This is better than Krill Flake, though. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. You can't see it, but it is way better. Everyone freaks out over those Krill Flakes, but this is where it's at right here. Way more protein. It doesn't have the red number 3, and it also doesn't have the, gosh, what is it? That's going to bug me. It's going to bug me for the rest of this stream. Caver says, love my rubber lip. Wish I had a few more. That's the nice thing. You can have like a 20-gallon tank and have like 2 or 3 of them because they stay pretty small. Just started a fire in the backyard with a good old 6-pack, channeling my inner get outdoors. Well, with the fire, yeah, but no one really, I don't think anyone drinks. You see this? My water is green. So you can't even see it. But water is clear anyways. But you'll notice, like, you can't see me, like, so it's not see-through. Anyways, I'm an idiot. Get over it. Is there a blue Corridora? Not really. Not really. The Lion's Den with a $5 super chat. Hey, dude, just started 2 Endler tanks and a green Jade tank. My Bloody Marys are going crazy. Started selling them for a little pocket change. Man, I could tell you guys something that would make a lot of people mad when it comes to shrimp. My, nope. Not even gonna say it. I was almost gonna say it, but someone would rage on me. I know it. And, Black Corys from the so Venezuelan corridors, the black Venezuelan corridors. Selling me on rubber lip for me pea puff 20-gallon. It could probably work. Am I still breeding rainbows? No, but I plan on it. I do plan on it. So talking about future breeding projects, I'm keeping. I have some really nice Blaheri that are from Gary Lang, so I want to breed those. And then I have some Amari as well, and some Sicuensis as well that I want to breed. And then, I don't know if I'm going to, honestly, I don't know if I'm going to do it this year, though. This year, like I said, first I'm going to do some Corridoras. Oh, I didn't even get to the second part. After I breed a few species of Corridoras, I'm going to move on to Loaches. And I'm going to attempt the Dwarf Chain Loach. I'm going to breed the Zebra Loach because I think they're awesome. I don't care that they're only like $1. I think they're cool. And again, maybe I haven't decided on a third one yet. I want to do it in thirds. Like I breed 3 Corridoras and then I move on to Loaches. I breed 3 Loaches and then maybe I move on to Egg Scatters or something. So the third one, I'm thinking of trying Rosy Loaches, but they're really small. So I don't know if I want to do that. My rubber lip is housed in a 10 with 2 pea puffers. They get along great. There you go. What kind of fish is that in the thumbnail? Christian with the $5 super chat. Thank you, sir. It is an Odessa barb. An Odessa barb. Bob's gonna flood the Loach market. Yeah, I think Loaches are super awesome. Not enough people keep Loaches. We need more Loaches in the hobby. Maybe I'll do a tank of black ruby barbs and some type of Loach. I got a 10-gallon dojo, 10-inch dojo Loach and a 46-gallon bow front. Is he going to need an upgrade? Yes. I would say yes. Uh-oh, what happened to Zen Ginger? Good question. Good question. Sean says I bought 7 dwarf chain loaches a few weeks back. Is it possible to breed them? And if so, how? So dwarf chain loaches are, I've been told, one of the more difficult species to breed. I haven't researched it yet. I do want to do it, but it's probably going to be not for like another 6 or 7 months, so I haven't really researched it yet. But I do have access to a loach guy that's bred over like 100 species of loaches. So, I'm going to reach out and ask for any tips or tricks or hints. And once that time comes, then I can relay that to everyone when I'm breeding them. But until then, like I said, I haven't really researched it, so... Big Steen, you are super quiet. My volume is maxed. I know. You missed the beginning of the stream when my sound was broken for 15 minutes. My microphone does not work, so this is the best I got until I can fix it for next week. So I'm sorry, it's quiet. That's just the way it's going to be. Bob, are you going to buy like those gladiator stands from Home Depot that everyone loves, or are you building your own racks? I'm building my own racks. I have the gladiator stands from Costco. The Costco brand gladiator racks. I don't really like it. I much prefer wood. I think it looks way nicer. Yeah, it's not as easy as just setting up a quick little rack, and there's certainly nothing wrong with the racks, but I just, the last fish room I built in my garage was for function, not for looks. The new fish room is going to be more for looks than function. So there's going to be way less tanks, but I think it's going to look better. And I think it needs to look good anyways. I should have made the last one look good. But I built that for reselling fish, not for YouTube. So I want another good looking fish room like my first one. And it'll make it a lot easier to film, and I'll be more motivated to film. Because there's a lot of times last year that I was just like, ugh, I don't even want to film in here because I don't like how it looks. So, yeah, that's the plan. That's the plan. That's true. Last week was the chair, now the mic. 2 weeks in a row. I'm still in my broken chair. I was gonna go get a new chair, but I was like, why get a new chair when I'm moving and just add something to the move, So I'm gonna wait. I haven't fallen out of this chair since I did it on the stream, so I'm used to not having the armrest over here now. So as long as I don't fall out, I should be good. Zen Ginger says, speaking of breeding, don't ever have human fry. They're just here to destroy your things. Yeah. I wouldn't know. Breeding coolie loaches would be fun. And I might do coolie loaches. I don't know. We'll see. They're on the list of possibilities. But definitely zebra, definitely dwarf chain. I feel like I'm going to be stuck on dwarf chain loaches for a while, trying to get them to breed. But, there's the horse face loach, the moose face loach. There's all these, like, cool loaches that no one ever sees. And I'd like to breed some of those. Just the price of lumber is crazy. A 2x4 is running like $15 for a 10-footer in New York. Yes, and it just keeps going up more and more and more. I was lucky. So Corey, he bought his new house, and the fish room, if you've seen it, it's pretty good size, but it had like wall-to-wall shelving, and it was all like treated 2x4s, like 10-foot 2x4s all the way down. And so my dad and I went in there and we ripped all that out. We took all that lumber and kept it. I don't know why. I just didn't feel right throwing it all away. And so now my fish room is being built with Corey's old lumber. And so yeah, I scavenged lumber like crazy. There's a fence company like a mile up the road from me, and every time they do jobs and have like extra stuff, they just throw it out front of their place in like a free scrap pile. So I'm always picking up lumber there. It's insanely expensive. Man, the price of plywood right now is just out of control, and it's not going to change anytime soon. Probably at least a year before prices come back down. At least. My fry are grown and gone, but still cost me a fortune. Are tetras hard to breed? I'm sure some are. They're just egg scatterers, though. So if you set up your environment right, your tank right, they're not that hard. So being egg scatterers, they will eat their own eggs. So you have to make sure they can't get to their eggs. So once you get that down, they're A lot of the more common species that you see are pretty easy to breed. UPSer living the dream. Good evening, Bob and Mod's been lurking in the background. Hello, Katie. Good to see you. Hello, Tattoo Girl. Eric Wyrock says some tetras are harder than others. Neon tetras need very specific conditions to breed, where Emperor tetras bred for me without even trying. Yeah, so that's a pretty generic question. Like, are Apistos easy to breed? Are Plecos easy to breed? Like breeding a bushy nose pleco, and like you don't even have to try and they'll breed. Now zebra plecos, they take a little bit more skill, so you just can't like name off like one type of fish. But if you research it, you'll find the easy ones like lemon tetras. Don't try neon tetras though. I would pass on neon tetras. One, they're only like a penny. Even if you did breed them, you wouldn't get very much money for them. I've fallen in love with dwarf chains. They're just so much fun to watch. Thinking about getting more as well. Kind of pricey, 10 pounds a pop, but well worth it. Yep, they're about $15 here in my area. So definitely pricey. I mean, think you buy 10 of them, that's 150 bucks. And they're really fun to watch though. They are just absolute characters, as most loaches are. Like, I have dwarf chain loaches right now in a 75 gallon with zebra loaches, and they're both just spastic. They're both just crazy, super active. One 10-foot stick of PVC conduit has gone from like $4 to $6 for 2 inches to more like 16 plus per stick. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's all about scavenging. Check out rainbow loaches. They might be a neat one to breed. Yep. So part of the problem is going to be getting a hold of some of these loaches, and also, you know, getting rid of them after I breed them might become an issue as well, because they're not very popular. A construction site trash pile is a gold mine. So much wood, pipes, pieces, etc. to be saved and used in home projects. I agree. I'm always on the hunt. Always. I mean, I stopped and got like a random 7-foot 2x4 the other day. So I take anything I can get. What's up, man? I've been trying to breed rosy red minnows. Every video I see set up, but never see any updates. I had mine for a year, still no fry. Maybe that's why you don't see any updates. I've never bred them. I've never even researched them before as far as trying to breed them, so I'm not going to be any help. But I find that happens a lot on YouTube, where people are like, I'm going to breed this, and they show the breeding setup, and then you never hear from them again. And I'm guilty of it too. I can't think of anything specific, but I'm sure I've done it. And it's because, oh, maybe these are a little harder to breed than I thought. And you never see an update video. Bob, I have to ask, did you do the sheetrocking and taping yourself? Yes, some of it. Not all of it, but some of it. I've never done it before ever in my life. So, you know, what do I know? I'm not a professional sheetrocker, so there you go. It's all going to get painted anyway, so I didn't really care what it looked like. Not only is it going to get painted, it's all getting painted black, and it's going to be covered by fish tanks. So was I careful? Did I try to make it look beautiful? No. I wasn't too worried about it. Do you have a truck? Yes, I have a truck. I'm just imagining you in a compact car with 7-foot 2x4. Yeah, holding on the top. Like the people that hold mattresses on the top of their Honda CRXs going down the highway. Yeah, I have a truck. I have a truck, and I have a, well, I have a Jeep, but not for very much longer. Coal pile in the lumber yard from Home Improvement Stores is a good scavenger spot. Ooh, I never thought about going to the back of Home Depot. My thing is the big pallets, like the giant pallets. So at my old work, we'd get pallets that were like 8x4. And so there'd be like a sheet of OSB on the bottom, there'd be a sheet of OSB on the sides, and a sheet of OSB on top. And a 4x8 sheet of OSB right now is like $30. That's like $120 of lumber I just got for free. So I always look for the pallets, the big pallets. Oh, Dean's here. What's up, buddy? Steenfott Aquatics Bob listening while doing dishes. If you're going to be breeding cories and loaches, think about switching that wall of 20 highs to 20 longs. Much better footprint for those fish. I know. I've thought about it. I've thought about it. I currently have a wall of 20 longs that's portable, so it's a wood stand. But, you know, it's a wood stand. You can just move it. I don't know why I even said that. But I might use that and, like, put it right in the middle of the room. But 20 longs, I don't think are going to work with my dimensions. But I agree, definitely 20 longs. Way better. Way better. Some gobies would be interesting to see spawn. Not sure if they're a pain. I think gobies would be harder to get rid of, too. Just like loaches. They're just not very popular. Even though they're awesome. What plants can green spotted silver dollars go with? I would just say don't ever buy a silver dollar. Don't do it. Just don't buy silver dollars. Pipeline for 6 years. Lots of free copper. Wow. I'm looking forward to seeing your new fish room updates. Camantha, so am I. I'll be back working on it tomorrow. I imagine the racks are going to look a lot like the racks from Aquarium Co-op's retail store. I think I'm going to do it that way, but I'm not 100% decided yet. I think it really minimizes the amount of lumber you use, and we'll see. Undecided. I still got to worry about electrical. Like sheetrock, I'm not a sheetrocker. I'm not in a sheetrocker. I'm not an electrician either, but I'm still going to be doing it all by myself. Or doing it myself. And same with plumbing. I've never plumbed anything, but I'm going to do that too. So it'll be a fun learning experience, I guess. And we'll see how it goes. It should be interesting. I have been electrocuted plenty of times, so I'm not too worried about that. But I don't know. I'm not an expert, so it should be interesting. Would you ever consider breeding a mono shrimp? No, definitely not. Never, ever. No way, no how. Too ambitious or not profitable enough. Way too ambitious, and definitely the amount of time it would take just would make it not profitable. Definitely never breed a mono shrimp for profit because it's not going to happen. But it's just a mono shrimp is another one of those things where we were just talking about this earlier, where you can go online and see like people, here's my mono shrimp breeding setup, here's how I'm going to do it, and you never hear from them again because they don't do it. And having the transition from like salt to brackish to fresh and back and forth, and no thanks. I'll stay with my cherry shrimp. Thanks. Thanks. Breed weather loaches? No, that's all right. Someone else can do that. Anyone has the lumber, but make sure you count for all those carriage bolts. So that I don't have to worry about. I've got so much of that stuff that I won't have to buy that stuff for a long time. So I used to build yachts, and the company I work for, I was on a 60-foot yacht I built, and the company I went for went out of business. So like all the parts, like everyone was just scavenging parts, and I've got just buckets and buckets and buckets of that stuff. Regina Phalange, holy smokes, $50 super chat for my birthday. Wait, you're giving me something on your birthday? Well, happy birthday, I appreciate it. I'm contributing to your new fish room. New fish room, new microphone, new chair. Everything's falling apart over here at Steenfott Aquatics. But nothing you can do about it, so it doesn't matter. Thank you for the super chat, Regina. I appreciate it. And, wow. Engineer says, Fish Kid, I haven't posted in over 9 months, but there's a few videos, probably not worth the effort. I've been raising them on freeze-dried bloodworms. Ooh. What? I missed it. Buddy, where's your comment? Oh, any reasons for a baby goldfish not growing fast? Ooh. I would definitely change its diet. Freeze-dried bloodworms, no. I would definitely get more variety in there if you're just feeding it one thing. Yeah. That seems like a lot of protein. And I don't know. If I were you, I'd probably just get some duckweed and let it grow in the tank and let it eat and let it scavenge on it all day long. And don't forget your water changes. Water changes will help with fish growth. Buddy, that's good, but use a variety of different foods, like 3 different types. Hey, that's what I just said. Use a variety. Everyone say happy birthday to Regina Phalange. Banana hammock. Regina Phalange's banana hammock. What should I sell my green spotted silver dollars for? Taking Steenfott's advice. I don't know. Unless you have like a 1,000-gallon tank. Honestly, silver dollars are pretty worthless. So, I would just take them back to your fish store and see what you can get for credit, and be happy with whatever they give you. Silver dollar, it's just not it's not a good long-term fish. They're cool, but they get way too big for most average tanks. Okay, Steenfott, thank you. I'm new to it. Hey, that's what we're here for. Here to help. You definitely, it's a good food, but it's definitely not the only thing you want to feed. Freeze-dried foods are something I do like once a week. Definitely not a staple, though. Happy birthday. Any top-dwelling fish that will be less likely to gobble up cherries and auto babies. More points if they breed in the tank as well. So most top-dwelling fish are going to be egg scatterers, which means they may breed in your tank, but everything else is probably going to eat them. So my suggestion would be like hatchet fish, like dwarf hatchet fish. That's what I would do. They may breed, and most of them are going to get eaten, most of the eggs, but a few might survive if you have the tank set up right. And yeah, that's my suggestion. Dwarf hatchet fish. Really any hatchet fish, but you already have small fish, so why not just do dwarf? Happy birthday, Regina. Steenfott Aquatics, what do you like to feed your dwarf chains, and can you keep them with bristlenose Plecos? So I feed all my fish all the same thing. Unless I'm like raising fry or breeding, I generally feed everything the same thing on a daily basis. So I always feed different foods. Like again, the extreme, nano. If I feed, like, let's say today I'm feeding this, all my tanks get this. Tomorrow I'll feed the krill, all my tanks get the krill. The next day I'll feed spirulina, all my tanks get spirulina. And then maybe I'll go with some bloodworms. All my tanks get bloodworms. So unless I'm specifically breeding or raising fry, that's how I do it. It's easy. What else on your list, Bob? I have a group of gold white clouds that I have high hopes for. So those will be outside in my tub. Now, I didn't get a single fry from them last summer, but I still have them out in my tubs and have high hopes for them this summer after I've moved them. And, if I could keep them, if I can keep my tubs. So I'll try them again, the gold white clouds. I also want to do rainbow shiners outside and either rainbow darters or green darters outside. And then I still got a couple more fish to pick for outside. But gold white clouds, awesome. The thing I like about gold white clouds in an outdoor tub is that they're gold. They're super bright, so you can easily see them. Like my tubs are right around 360-ish gallons, and I can see them like standing up on my porch from the second floor. So that could also be a bad thing, if you got predators around, but I don't, so I like it. It's cool. Corey's website has the fish clubs listed. Yes, if you're looking for fish clubs, aquariumcoop.com does have a list of I think like all the fish clubs. Buddy, Facebook groups, and Corey has a limited list of aquarium co-ops, aquarium cooks. Bob, please let the world know what you think would be able to breed loaches. Please let the world know why you think you would be able to breed loaches. Where did this newfound confidence spring? Because I don't think loaches are very hard to breed. I mean, obviously some are, but there's also species that are easy to breed. So it's not even confidence. It's just gonna happen. They're easy, especially zebra loaches. Zebra loaches are insanely easy to breed. Now I did admit that I might have some trouble with dwarf chain loaches. They're not the easiest loach to breed, but my zebras, they'll be super easy to breed. What do I like to feed fry? So my go-tos are vinegar eels and micro worms, but you know, obviously it depends on the fry. But I generally won't breed stuff if they can't eat, if they require something smaller than micro worms and vinegar eels. Hey Bob, you have an ETA on your website coming back up. I got my 55 gallon set up, trying to get my hands on Bosemani from Gary Lang. And City, it's going to be a long time. Very long time. Maybe summer is kind of like a rough goal. I mean, I don't even have like electricity in my fish room yet. So it's going to be a while. I hate to say it, but it's going to be a while. You can find them on Aquabid every once in a while, so make sure you're looking on Aquabid. But for me, it's going to be a while. UPSer living the dream. Katie says, I currently have 8 Australian rainbows, 5 Bosemani rainbows, and 2 crib fry that have survived and made it almost 1 centimeter in size. Feeding them cut up frozen mini bloodworms, extreme nano, and extreme krill flakes. Whew, there you go. I took in a betta from a friend that didn't want it anymore. She handed me this brown little pork rind in a cup. He's so pretty. Now I'm considering making him a breeder. Have you had unexpected breeders? As far as like bettas, or just fish that maybe I got. I mean, I think we all have unexpected breeders. I mean, there's always, if your fish tank, if the fish are happy, they're gonna breed. And I've had that happen so many times. Like I've just had random rainbow fries show up. Lemon tetras. I've bred lemon tetras in a community tank. There was another one too, but I know lemon tetras, they breed like crazy in community tanks. So I was always seeing fry all the time. My actual Gary Lang guy rainbows, the rainbows that are named after him, I had breed in a community tank, and some of the fry survived. And also, I shipped some plants that had some of the eggs on them, and they hatched and grew out from the person that bought plants from me too. So good for them. They got free rare rainbows. Any chance you can set up new ponds at your current place this season coming up? Well, I don't know where my new place is. I don't have a place yet, so we'll see. Clown loaches are only bred with hormones, I thought, or am I way off here? Maybe I confuse them with rainbow sharks. Clown loaches are generally bred, like farm bred with hormones. Yeah, but I'm not gonna breed clown loaches. I expected ember tetras all the time. I have unexpected ember tetras. Yeah, that's another one. They just breed all the time. My candy cane tetras were always breeding. As a matter of fact, I think I have a video of it on my channel from like 5 years ago, of them spawning. Maybe I took it down, but I don't know. I accidentally breed anything I don't care to. Anything I try to breed fails. Zen Ginger, isn't that the way it goes? You're probably over there breeding common Plecos on accident. It's silver dollars. Bob, you know anyone who sells and ships Vienna guppies, the ones Aquarium Co-op have? Nope. Sorry, my friend, I don't know anyone. Well, maybe Kang Lee, which is TwinCitiesGuppies.com. You might check that website. I think that might be where they came from originally, but I don't know. I could be way off. But I know Twin Cities Guppies has a lot of really nice guppies, so I would check that out. K-Stu says, Panda Gara are awesome. I agree. Totally agree. I've got like 20 in a 40-gallon breeder, and they're super fun to watch. Could also be that if the fish are feeling the verge of extinction in a fish tank, that they'll give it one more try saving the species. I don't know that I would go that far. They're kind of like reptiles in the fact that if they're not happy, they're not going to breed no matter what. If they're stressed out, like if there's some like mass catastrophe causing a massive die-off and they're super stressed out, I don't think they're going to be like humans and just be like, hey, one last time before we go, you know, let's do it. Why say no now? I don't think the fish are that way. Change rainbow darters to log perch. I really like rainbow darters. I like pretty much all darters in general. I gotta say, Regina Flandy says, I got 2 Panagarras a few weeks ago. I think they are my new favorite fish. So much personality. I'm telling you, you need way more than 2. Way more than 2. It's a good start, though. It's a good start. It's better than 1. Want fry? Get some endlers. Endlers, guppies, shrimp, cherry shrimp, bristlenose plecos, African cichlids, cribs. Chevy Fish and Zen Ginger, hello, says Laura. Chevy Fish is here. Sorry. Hello, Chevy Fish. I feel like I haven't said hello for you in a long time, so I'm calling you out. Hello. Hey, buddy. Look at that. I made it almost an hour without getting interrupted by the dog. Apparently, I've started breeding red zebras. That's why I said African cichlids. Super easy fish to breed. Obviously, there are species that are not, but a lot of the African cichlids are fun to breed because they are easy. They're super colorful and just really cool fish. So that's why I say I want to start breeding some Africans again. Definitely not for the challenge, just for the fun. Baddest are bad. Yes, I agree. They are awesome. You may want rainbow darters, but you need green darters. I know. I go back and forth. I'm telling you, I go back and forth every time I look at darters. The greens are amazing. I will say probably better than rainbows. I just like the idea of having rainbow shiners and rainbow darters in the same tank. I don't know why. It's stupid, but I do. Should I try to raise GH in a planted aquarium using RO water? If you're using RO water, I would definitely remineralize for sure. Absolutely. Yeah, I would not use, honestly, I wouldn't use RO water for a planted tank, but if that's what you got, then absolutely I would remineralize. Now, specifically GH, that's gonna really I wouldn't worry about it if it was me specifically, but there are some plants that won't do well, so really most plants will. Most plants doesn't really matter, let's be honest. As long as you're remineralizing it, that's the big thing. Hey Patrick, Color, Guppy, Xanadudu, Mary Page, Flynn. Oh, I'm just reading everyone's comments of everyone saying hi to each other now. What do we got here? Zen Ginger says, Panda Cories, Guppies, and Diamond Tetras. Randos show up all the time. Yeah, Diamond Tetras for sure. Panda Cories, I tell ya. But my Rams, Angels, and Epistles that I intentionally breed, I get fried and then they immediately eat them. Well, you know what all those have in common? Is they're all cichlids. Maybe you're just not very good at spawning cichlids. I'm just kidding. Panda Cories. Panda Cories. Mississippi Hippie. That's a fun name to say. Mississippi Hippie. Mississippi Hippie. Hello. Alright, what else we got going on here? I'm here for the dog interruptions. Yeah. I don't know. For some reason, there's only one dog in here right now. That's very unusual. Dean's Fish Room says, Hi Dean, do your angelfish parents eat much when caring for wigglers? If you're still here, Dean. If not, then too bad, Merrick. I was breeding Daphnia and other small things that float around the tank, but that's the reason I could take in said brown pork rind. It was a manicure for 2 days. A manicure for 2 days. Color, Guppies, Texas Fish Room, Regina. Oh, I gotta stop reading your comments and saying hello to everyone. Should I use tap water and air stone it up? It really depends on your tap water. Really depends. Hi from Florida. Are you going to Aquashella here in Orlando? Dan, I am not going to any of the Aquashellas. None of the Aquashellas. I know you love those pandas. I do love them, but I also hate them so much. Bob, will you relocate your fish room when you move? Probably not. if I'm able to have one. And so here's the deal. I'm not very confident that I'm going to be allowed to have one when I move. If I am, then I'll just have multiple fish rooms. It's not that big a deal. I'm not like moving hours away or anything, so. I was worried about cherry and Amano shrimp. Oh, I would not be worried about tap water. I would, try it out, maybe small water changes to start just to make sure, but I mean, you're talking about the hardiest one. The Amano shrimp is like the hardiest shrimp there is. And cherry shrimps are not that far behind. So me personally, I wouldn't be worried about it, but take it slow, try it out. Maybe 10% water change. If you normally do like 25, just do like a 10. Then next week maybe like a 20. Or whenever your next water change is. Will a betta eat Amanos? It may kill them, but probably not eat them. A full-grown Amano shrimp is like 2.5, 3 inches. But some betta fish are just angry, so it might just kill them, just because. I'm grocery shopping, but I wanted to come in and but I wanted to come show some love. Thumbs up. Glad you're getting more fish again, Bob. Man, I'm butchering words today. Thank you, Rocco's Fish Room. I appreciate it. Get a nice big fat steak for me, my friend, if you're at the grocery store. Sarah Woodring with the $5 super chat says, outdoor pond setup. Should I worry about my county spraying for mosquitoes? I would. They run the spray truck on the streets weekly, approximately 20 yards from my pond. Oh, that's terrible. I would be really worried. I would be concerned. If you know when it's coming, maybe just throw a tarp down. I know it's probably going to get pretty tedious having to do that every week, but nothing good comes out of those chemicals. Yikes. I would be miserable if they sprayed my area. Amanda says, I find bamboo shrimp pretty hardy too, but there's a trick to bamboo shrimp, and I'll say they're hardy, but I'm not going to say they're as hardy as cherry or Amanos. I mean, Amanos are by far the hardiest. But if you got like a brand new tank, it's been cycled, set up for like 4 weeks, and you throw in bamboo shrimp, they could have a pretty hard time finding food. They're definitely a shrimp that really, really likes a well-seasoned tank. Bob, will you breed shrimp like Neocaridina? I am breeding a crystal red shrimp right now. I'm also breeding a blue type. I don't remember the exact name. It's not Blue Dream, but it's blue something of Neos. I also have chocolate and I have orange and maybe yellow. I always have shrimp and they always breed. So, yeah. Curtis Schindler with the $1 super chat. Thank you. Followed by Jason Von Arks with the $5 super chat. Thank you. I appreciate it. Hi, and thanks for the super chat. Yep. Super chat thing is awesome. Yeah, I can't get it. I don't know what's wrong with the not showing up the whole thing though. But I tried this like 2 years ago and it didn't work then either. So it's nice to know that they've fixed their software. Camantha says, I have 10 Panacori fry that are 3 months old now. They are precious to me. I love Panacoris. That is on my to-do list this year. Maybe that'll be my third one, Panacoris. I'm not giving up on Panacoris, but at the same time, I don't want to keep killing them. So I'm hoping that they do better in the new water. 316 watching and only 136 likes. What gives? Yeah, what gives? We should at least have 150 likes. Just hit the thumbs up or the thumbs down. I don't care which one. Just do one or the other. Please. Not Blue Velvet. I never remember the name, like, ever. Like, I have the worst memory ever. And anytime somebody asks, I have to message the person I got them from. Nicole with the $5 super chat says, again, 316 watching, only 136 likes. She literally paid me for you guys to hit the like button. So please hit that like button. Look at that. Just like that, we're up over 150. Thank you. I appreciate it. And maybe Nicole does too. Any tips for breeding Caridina? I have low pH Seattle soft water. So Naomi, I too am in Seattle and have the same exact water, and I don't do anything to the water. But I'm going to tell you, it took about 2 years for my colony to take off, and now I have so many crystal red shrimp that I don't want to say this, but I'm going to say it. Um, that I feed them to my puffer fish. It sounds terrible because they're like expensive shrimp, but I've got a ton of them. They breed like crazy, but it took like 2 years. I didn't want to like have to do anything to the water. I wanted them to just do well out of my tap water, so it took a really long time for them to get used to, I guess, adjust to my tap water, which is the Seattle water, same as you. And once they started going, now I can't even get them to stop. So be patient. It may take a while. It may not take as long as it did with me, but eventually. Not blue dreams, not blue bolts. I wish they were blue bolts. I really do. Danikin, what's up? All right, how about I'll message the person I got them from right now, just for y'all. And I'm probably wrong. They probably are like blue pearl or something. What kind of blue shrimp did I get from you like 44 years ago? Oh, I hit a button. Oops. I forgot this has macros on it. Whoops. Okay. Maybe I'll get an answer. Maybe I won't. Blue jelly shrimp? Is that a thing? I've never heard of those in my life. I think people just listen because they're interested and just forget to hit the like button. I'll be honest. I ask like every week for likes, but I can't say never. I very rarely ever hit the like button. Very rare. Because I actually go back in my YouTube, in my liked videos, and I'll like videos that I want to watch like multiple times. So if it's like a how-to video on something I do like twice a year, I'll just hit the like button. So like twice a year I can just go back and get a refresher. You think I could just make like a playlist or something, but no. So I don't want to go through like thousands of liked videos. I'm a hypocrite. What can I say? I don't hit the like button very often, but I ask everyone else to. What are you gonna do? I was just gonna ask if you fed them to your puffers. Anyone sell feeder shrimp to feed to my puffers? Just get yourself some cherry shrimp. I mean, cherry shrimp breed like crazy. I'm sure they're gonna be super easy for you to find some down there. I think it is. I think it's probably blue pearl. No, I don't think it is though. I don't think it is. Eric Wyrock says, "I'm a cereal liker." Okay. Oh man. Orange eye blue tiger. No, they're not tiger shrimp. I have failed with tiger shrimp every single time I've got tiger shrimp. I have failed. There was one time when I actually kept them alive, but they never bred, so I gave them away because I didn't want to end up killing them over time. But I did have them for a pretty long time. Blue sapphire or blue diamonds, same thing, really. Jacob says, "Hey Bobby, have you ever kept turtles?" Yes, I just rehomed my mini musk turtles. I have a Mata turtle right now that I'm babysitting. I had a yellow slider that I rehomed. Oh, I'm getting an answer. Bob, when will you dedicate yourself to breeding Royal Hill Trout for sweet profit? Royal Hill Trouts, that's a really cool fish. That's a really cool fish. I want some orange and white shrimp. Snowball shrimp. I've never been a fan of snowball shrimp. That's the white one, snowball. They just look weird. I don't know. It's like they're kind of white, kind of translucent, or maybe I've just never seen a good quality one. Maybe that's it. Hey, Wake up. No snoring. You know where I can find a starlight pleco? No. Sorry. I'm not really, I don't know anyone breeding them right now, and I don't pay attention to like stock lists of other companies, so offhand I do not look. You could try Aquabade, you could try dansfish.com, you could try the wetspotTropicalFish.com. Yeah, you'll just have to search around on the internet. I want to get an eastern painted turtle because I can keep them outside all year long. Chances are they're already outside. Those things are everywhere. Everywhere. Crayon ponyfish. Crayon ponyfish. Alright. Do you put them in line? Do you put them in a 10-gallon? Also, what do you feed your shrimp, your breeding, and also your snails? So, if you go and look at my playlist, Breeding Fish for Profit, you will see my cherry shrimp, my 55-gallon cherry shrimp setup. I have a few feeding videos in there, but I had bristlenose plecos and cherry shrimp breeding in there, so I would just dump in entire cans of green beans pretty regularly, usually about twice a week. And man, I had more shrimp and bristlenose plecos than I knew what to do with. But I also had to do like every other day water changes. But if you're just doing it in a 10-gallon, you know, cherry shrimp, they eat everything. They'll eat fish food. They'll eat any type of vegetable you throw in there. They're not hard at all. I would not buy them from a fish store though. I would get them from a local hobbyist. So maybe if Zenzo has some cherry shrimp, I'd get some from him. And the reason being is that they're already adjusted to your local water parameters. And anytime you can do that with shrimp, buy them local where they're already adjusted to your water. It's way easier to breed them. I love Jimmy's tank in the background. Me too. Me too. It's a fun tank. It's got a little stupid sterilizer going in the background there that's useless. Sarah says, I'm too afraid of shrimp. Google says they're sensitive and hard to keep. I have a hard, high pH water, so I have to be careful about stocking. No, not cherry shrimp. Cherry shrimp would love your high pH water. They love, they love minerals. My cherry shrimp like watermelon. Yep, and plecos like watermelon too. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Check the waterfront for starlight plecos. There you go. I don't know what the waterfront is, but check them for starlight plecos. Don't be afraid of shrimp though. Like I said, if you have a local fish club or local Facebook group, as long as you get them local, yeah, they do really well. Cherry shrimp will do really, really well. And albino Oscar colored shrimp. Oh, man. That sounds terrible. If you have a 10-gallon, how many autos and what should I feed them when there's no algae left? So when there's nothing for them to kind of graze on, they can be kind of finicky, and you'll just have to try a few things. For instance, like I got mine to feed off of green beans, whereas other people say don't touch green beans. I've had people tell me to try a certain algae wafer that works for them, and when I tried it, they never touched the algae wafer. So you really have to try out a few different things when it comes to autos. Rach says I actually got mine from LRB, of course. I've got a few lines of shrimp from LRB. Of course, they're so old now and been mixed with other lines that I can't really say they're LRB shrimp anymore. What was the fish on the live notification? The fish in the thumbnail is Odessa barb and Odessa barb. Besides green beans, what other canned veggies can you feed fish? I've never fed anything outside of green beans as far as canned veggies. So I'm sure you could probably do like carrots and some other things, but I've never done it, so I'm not gonna say to do one thing or the other, because I'm not gonna throw out a suggestions and then have them kill all your fish. Steenfott Aquatics or anyone else, can I keep 3 to 5 cherry shrimp and 2 to 4 guppies in a 10-gallon? Would the guppies eat the shrimp eggs? So would the guppies eat the shrimp eggs? No. One, they don't lay eggs, so you don't have to worry about that. Would they pick off some baby shrimp? Yes, absolutely, but all of them, probably not. If you have like a pretty well aquascape tank, you have some live plants, maybe some moss, a lot of places for the baby shrimp to hide, then a few of them will make it every time, and then it'll just compound from there. Your numbers, they'll just keep getting more and more and more and more to where you're way out producing however many of the guppies eat. How hard for cherry shrimp though? My Neo tank accidentally got to 20 DGK or H because of evaporation. I slowly lowered it back down to normal hard tap water. So that should tell you right there, like they have a wide range of what they can go through. I mean, at this point, all of them are pretty much, captive bred. A lot of them are hobbyist bred. They've been bred in Seattle water. They've been bred in Florida rock water. So they can go in just about anything. I would not be concerned about water parameters at all, as long as I got them from a local breeder. I would have no issues with shrimp at all. I hear Greg say Sage has some amazing Odessa barbs. One of my bucket list fish. Yep, that's going to be their best place to get Odessa barbs is Greg Sage, for sure. My bristle nose loves spinach, cucumbers, zucchinis, and peas. That's true. And watermelon. Watermelon's a good one. Watermelon. Not a lot of people think about watermelon, but it's a good one. They eat pretty much anything. Me 3, I love the tank in the background. Yep. I think Jimmy still has this tank. It's empty, but he still technically has it. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Probably not. Like cooked from a can, fresh or frozen, blanch. Blanch them, saying Ginger. You want to blanch your vegetables. So, you don't have to. Like cucumbers, spinach, zucchini. You can just throw it. You can go to your produce section, buy it, and put it in the tank. Rinse it off, and then throw it in your tank. If you blanch it, it'll sink. If you don't blanch it, just take a cucumber, stick it on a fork, and it'll sink to the bottom. That's it. I'm going to try red cherries again. I'll try local. Before I got them from far away, and it didn't work out for long. Yeah, I'm telling you, it is the best thing you could do to be successful with shrimp is buy them local. And I'm not even talking from a local fish store. The local fish store does not count, because chances are your local fish store is in Idaho, but they're buying their cherry shrimp from Florida. That's not going to do you any good. So, yeah. If your local fish store is breeding them and then selling them, then obviously that is good. Any blue algae removal suggestions? So anytime I get blue algae, I just black out the tank for a week. If there's plants in there, they'll survive. I'm not worried about losing plants at all, but I've never lost plants, a significant amount of plants. I have always lost all the blue-green algae with a week-long blackout. Paul says it's been good to hang out, everyone, but it's 1:15 a.m., so I'm going to bed now. Good night, all. Thanks, Paul, for stopping by. I appreciate it. And the shrimp were indeed blue pearl shrimp. Blue pearl, that's what I thought. Zenginger says, okay, thanks. I've only used green beans mostly, but good spring veggies are coming in, so I want... Oh, yeah. Oh, if you're growing them your own. Yeah, I thought you meant like in a can. So the thing you have to be careful about, and a lot of canned foods have crazy amounts of salt. I don't care about that at all. But a lot of people don't like the idea of canned green beans because of the salt content. But, fresh would probably be better, but it doesn't bother me at all. Sounds like someone just fell through your wall. I didn't hear anything. Maybe that was one of my dogs. I've got one dog below me snoring right now, and my seat is like gradually... This stream brought to you by Benford Tools. When you need more power. I got one dog snoring below me. Greg Sage's Odessas. Greg Sage, Odessa. That's all you need. All you need to know, and probably the website too, which I believe is selectaquatics.com. I could be wrong. I should probably just look that up real quick before I shout it out. Yeah, selectaquatics.com. The best Odessa barbs you're going to get. Also, a lot of cool live bears on this that Greg Sage does. So, you know, a cool website to add to your favorites and kind of check in on every once in a while. How do you get rid of brown hair algae? I've never actually had brown hair algae. I've had just regular hair algae that's green. But honestly, I just pull it out, and hair algae is generally from overfeeding and not enough water changes. So when I get hair algae, I know either I'm lazy and not doing enough water changes, or I'm overfeeding. So I'll manually remove it. Hair algae is very easy to manually remove, thankfully. And then I'll up my water changes and lower my feeding. I'll do both for, I don't know, usually like a month or two. Back to the one-arm chair, I see. Yep. I have to be able to roll around, and the other chair with the wheels being broken, like I couldn't handle it. Amanda says my doggo is almost 10, snores. My doggo is almost 10, snores so loud these days. I got 3 of them, and one of them like screams in his sleep. It's not really screaming, but it's just you have to hear it. It's insane. And the other 2 snore, not very often, but every once in a while. My in-laws brought the Galaxy Pearl Danios out from hiding too. Oh yeah, somebody asked earlier, and I'm sure they're not here anymore, about breeding Celestial Pearl Danios. And I've never done it, but I've always heard people like introducing ditherfish or shrimp would work, something to make them feel more comfortable, and then they start breeding. Charlie7842, welcome back to the Dream Team, my friend. I appreciate it. Thanks for rejoining. Zen Ginger says, I have green hair algae that develops from diatom algae looking stuff on it if I don't clean it enough. Yeah, that's probably most likely what it is. So you probably have diatom algae in addition to green hair algae, and it's the diatom algae just sticks to the hair algae. Kyle's Aquarium Metric says, saw your new fish room. Is that the new house or the current one? It is a new garage, not my house, but a garage that I am renting out. And so I don't know where I don't have a new place yet, but I do have a new fish room, which is priority. I have a really big tent, so I can sleep anywhere. I can't put a fish room in a tent, so the fish room took priority over finding a place to live. Oh, my dog yelps in her sleep. That's what mine does too, except it sounds like a scream. It's horrendous. Oh my gosh. And if it's just like, sometimes it's pretty mild, it's not too bad, but sometimes he'll go crazy, and it sounds like something's bad happening in my house, so I have to wake him up. I'm back, got a new card, had to reinstate my membership. Well, welcome back, Charlie. I appreciate it. Zen Ginger says, to join as a member, there is my link. Thank you. We're getting close to 200 members, which is absolutely amazing. And more people coming to the members-only live streams, too. But don't worry, they're pretty random. You're not missing anything. We just talk about random crap. Rarely is it about fish, so don't get mad if you're not a member. You're not missing much. That's my hard sell. If my BBA turns red, will it disappear on its own, or does something need to remove it? It'll most likely, so it won't just disappear, but it'll fall off and get sucked up through whatever filtration you have. So yeah. The good news is that it's red. You know it's dying. So that's the good news. Greg Sage's Odessa barbs are amazing. Got sent 6 mails though. Also very spendy, raised his prices and only ships USPS Express. I hate, that's such a strong word, but I hate people that only ship USPS Express. Sarah Woodring, welcome to the Dream Team. Thank you for signing up, I appreciate it. Lots of interesting videos to check out if you're bored. Ricky, if the sand has silicate in it, will it cause brown algae? Yeah, like especially if it's new sand, like you just set it up, definitely. But we usually clear up with plenty of water changes, and it's also a good surface for green algae if too much light. Oh, hey Bob, would my clown pleco eat my green spot algae? Probably not. I have never got a single pleco to feed off of green spot algae. The only thing I've ever had success with is nearite snails, but it takes them forever. Forever. Is there a dosage of salt that is good for heavily planted tanks, more as a fish health upkeep regimen, or better to dose paraclans proactively every 6 months, for example, for wild-caught fish? Honestly, I'm not really a big fan of proactive medicating, or salt's not too big of a deal because, you know, there are a lot of health benefits, you know, regardless of, you know, health concerns as far as something's wrong. Like, but as far as just like throwing in meds when it's not needed, I'm not too much, you know, outside of like pufferfish, I'm not too worried about it. Or maybe if you're feeding, and the only reason I worry about pufferfish is because you're feeding them like, I feed them like live snails, clams, crayfish, all kinds of stuff that could potentially bring stuff into them when they eat it. But outside of pufferfish, I'm not really one to proactively treat fish, even if they're wild caught. Like, I put them through the ringer once and then never again unless I notice something. But I don't know. I don't really do that. I wouldn't really do it with salt either. I don't know. I would just, like, it seems like unnecessary stress. If they're perfectly healthy, then you're putting their like kidneys and liver through just unnecessary stress. So I don't know. If it was me, I wouldn't do it unless I saw something. Catherine Page, welcome, welcome, welcome. I appreciate it. Thanks for signing up. You and me both, Bob. FedEx overnight actually gets them there next morning. Yeah, so as far as USPS Express, like, I've shipped enough fish at this point that I know exactly when something's going to be here. For instance, so I bought fish and they were only going to ship UPS Express. And I was like, no, just do priority. It's going to take 2 days. No matter which one you do. Like, it doesn't matter. It's 2 days. But they wouldn't do it. And it was an auction, so I had to, you know, that was their term, so I paid for it. And lo and behold, it took 2 days to get here, just like priority. And I could have saved like $80. And I was just like, ugh. So, I don't know. I get like maybe someone who's not used to the mail system that wouldn't know. You know, but I know like every shipping zone, I know exactly how long it's going to take, unless there's delays. But if there's delays, then it doesn't matter if it's express or priority. Like, it's delayed either way, so who cares? I don't know. It's so expensive. I've actually never kept assassin snails, Jacob. Jacob asks if I've ever kept assassin snails. Nope. I love snails. I would never. Well, I mean, I keep loaches, but outside of that, I don't want to kill my snails. Generally. Gotta go. Y'all have a wonderful evening. Thanks for the fearless leader, Bob, and thanks always to our incredible mods later. Steen, team, BJ, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. For profit versus government bureaucracy. Yeah, Dolbeck Aqua Design actually brings up a good point too. If you're just medicating just to medicate, they can build up resistance to that. So, yeah, you don't want bacteria or whatever, you know, building up resistances to your medication, because then when something happens, you gotta remember, like, a lot of people. I hate saying like a lot of people, but I know like Deanna Wall said, one of them being, says that your fish are usually always sick all the time anyways. They just have, and this is a gross oversimplification, but their immune system just fights it off naturally. So if you're, in addition to their immune system fighting it off, if you're also dosing like every 6 months, the bacteria is there in your tank anyways. Eventually they're going to build up immunity to it. And so maybe your fish get stressed out for some reason, and this time they can't fight off that bacteria. You go to dose it, and guess what? It doesn't work because the bacteria has built up immunity to it. So again, that's like a gross oversimplification of that scenario, but just something to keep in mind, Naomi, if you're still here. Charlie says, glad to see you're setting up a new fish room, Bob. Are you going to tub as well? If I can find a place to put the tubs, kind of depends on where I move. But I absolutely want to do summer tubbing again, and I'm going to do cold water species. Because emptying a 400-gallon tub is not fun. Not fun catching fish out of a 400-gallon tub. If it was just like a 50-gallon tub, that's one thing. But that's a lot of water and a lot of hardscape to remove, plants, try to get every single fish. Jacob says, stores in Toronto just opened. I can't wait to go back to the fish store this week. Yeah, that's awesome. Good to hear. Collins Critter Cave says, hey everyone, oops, I'm super late. Better late than never. What is your favorite type of tetra to put in with bettas? I don't have like a specific favorite tetra for bettas. I have, some of my favorite tetras in general are lemon tetras, are rosy tetras, or the candy cane tetra, red serpe tetras, ember tetras. There's so many cool tetras. I don't have a specific for bettas though. Any words of wisdom for conditioning multis to breed and raising the fry? So, like any fish, you want to keep them nice and fat, right? Usually, in a lot of species, just fattening them up will spawn them. Will trigger them to spawn. And you also, depending on where your multis came from, you might have to raise the pH a bit. Might be a good idea to just, like mine. I got mine to breed in Seattle tap water over the course of a year or two or whatever. But if yours came from like a 9 pH tank, you might want to match that. And then you could slowly bring it down if that's not what your tap water is. But generally, all you got to do is feed those guys, give them lots of shells, lots of sand, and they'll do the rest. It's a really good entry-level shell dweller to get into breeding. They're really, really awesome. Will carry tetras be a good choice for tubbing? Well, it depends on your area. If you're, if you have the weather to sustain carry tetras, then yeah, emperor tetras are awesome. But again, I don't know your weather. So for me in Seattle, they would not do very well here at all. I might be able to get away with it for like 2 or 3 months, and that's it. That's all. How do you feel about never gravel vacuuming a breeding tank where babies and plants are trying to establish? I don't gravel vacuum any of my tanks ever. Never have, and I never will. So that's how I feel about it. Has Danny Does Life ever come on live stream with you? I don't think so. As far as like my Monday stream, she's pretty much working. And then we've tried to like do live streams from her fish room, but just don't have the signal for it. So, nope, unfortunately not. My red flame swords reproduce 8 offsprings, and so far they look way better than the parents. That's not uncommon, to be honest. What's my favorite size tank? It's a tie between a 75 and a 125. If I could only pick one size tank, I would be happy with either of those two, the 75 or the 125. Aqua Designs also brings up another point. Depending on which meds you're using, you can actually kill off your beneficial bacteria as well. So another thing to be careful about. My dragon puffer likes all tetras. Dragon puffers like anything that moves. That's the secret. That's the secret to dragon puffers. Just give them something that moves. Yes, thank you so much, Bob. I appreciate your advice. Oh, you are still here. Awesome. Yeah, I just, I don't know. I just wouldn't put them through the stress if it's not needed, kind of thing. And apparently, Mr. Aqua Designs is highly qualified. Sorry, guys, for setting this out. PhD student in microbiology. So people using meds for nothing triggers me. Well, hey, it's good that it's coming from a qualified source, because I'm not qualified to give that kind of advice. I'm just, anything I say is anecdotal. You've actually got an education to back up what you're saying, so that's always better. Always better than some random YouTuber that doesn't know anything. Any recommendations for where to order tanks from online? Only if you're willing to pay hundreds of thousands of millions of dollars for shipping. You could try customaquariums.com. That's the only place I know of. The only place. But shipping aquariums is not cheap. It's definitely not cheap. Good breeding pair for cherry shrimps. What do you mean? What do you mean? I don't get what you're asking. Chills Tropic says I have a 29 gallon with 70 Amano shrimp and a young Siamese algae eater. I bet you have like no algae. The tank has had BBA for the past 2 months and isn't clearing up. Any suggestions? All right, so BBA is one type of algae that Amanos and Siamese algae eaters are really not going to go after. Your best bet, honestly, is to spot treat it with hydrogen peroxide. Every day you could do like a new spot. So don't just dump in a gallon of hydrogen peroxide and kill everything. You want to get yourself a little pipette. They're like $2 for a billion of them on Amazon or eBay, whatever. And you can just spot treat it wherever it's at and just do maybe like a 1 or 2 inch section at a time every day. And you just squirt it, put it in a pipette, squirt it directly on the BBA, and it'll die off within 2 days. Or if you want, you could just black out the tank for like a week. But it might sometimes takes 2 weeks for blackbeard algae. Whew. Good place to buy freshwater fish in Florida. I've never bought fish in Florida, Barb, so I couldn't tell you. If there's anyone for Florida in the chat, maybe there's some suggestions for some local fish stores, but I couldn't tell you the name of one fish store. Bob, would you try the Canadian shrimp since my water is really... Would you try the Canadian shrimp since my water is really soft from using RO water? pH hovers from 7.5 to 8 with KH 6 to 9. Would I try Canadian shrimp? Like shrimp from Canada? Or is there an actual shrimp named Canadian shrimp? I don't know. I feel really stupid right now because I don't know what you're talking about. Steenfott Aquatics, you never gravel vac, just water change. I gravel vac the open areas but tend to stay away from the plants, so I can't vac much. I have a lot of plants. Didn't know that was okay. Well, it really, really depends on a lot of things. But I never gravel vac. Never. If you're in Tampa Bay area, Marine Warehouse and Sea Life are great. Tampa Bay, Marine Warehouse, and Sea Life. Like you, Kim, my tanks usually have enough plants to take care of all of that stuff. So, yeah. Father Fish is in Florida, right? I heard he shut down a store, though. I heard. First Coast Tropical Fish has a decent selection. They email out their stock list each week. Well, that's pretty cool. That right there puts them above like 99% of local fish stores. So that's pretty cool. What's the hardest fish I've ever bred? I'm sure it's a pleco. The hardest fish I ever bred. I see, the thing is, I've never really bred any hard fish. Like super hard. Like pipefish or something crazy like that. There's been some fish, like a lot of plecos, that take forever just to breed for the first time, but once they get going, it's usually not very difficult after that. Yeah, there's not really anything that's been like super hard. But obviously I've never really tried anything that's super hard either. So, yeah. Hey Bob, my banjo cats hang out on my stem plants. Now I'm worried when I trim I might cut one in half. What do I do? Well, you could try to scare them. So before you start cutting your plants, you can just kind of like, you know, wave your hand around in there. My banjo, panda cories, but I've never bred them. Specifically, this question was that I have bred, not that I've tried to breed. There's definitely some stuff I could throw on the tried to breed list, but never did, like my stupid zebra plecos. Ugh. But Jerry, if they like hanging out in plants, that's the only thing you could really do is try to scare them out of the plants. Now my banjo cats, they run for the hills as soon as I put my hand in my tank. So yeah, maybe just try to scare them out of there. That's really weird. I've never seen mine hang out in plants though. Mine are always in the substrate. Always. The only time my banjo cats come out is when I feed. The only time I ever see them. The hardest thing for breeding for me, the hardest thing with breeding cories for me is that they lay their eggs at sunrise. I'm never awake at sunrise. Early to bed, early to rise. Keeps a man healthy, wealthy, and wise. Someone really smart said that. Me, I just said it. My panacories are huge. They get bigger than they say. I feel a lot of fish are that way, to be honest. Should I increase my lights on? Plants seem not to grow much. I have a ton of algae. Lights are on about 8 hours. So it's all a balancing game, right? A lot of people will get algae and turn their lights off. They'll go from like 8 hours a day to like 4 hours a day, and then they'll get even more algae because now they're super unbalanced. Or a lot of people will get algae and then, I'm dosing. They think they're dosing too many fertilizers, so they stop dosing, and again they have even more of an imbalance. So really, this is the hard part about planet tanks, is finding that balance. You just have to try stuff and keep trying it and keep trying stuff until eventually you figure it out. Breed hillstream loaches. Ooh, see, that could be a fun one. I like that, Grant. I like that. Breeding hillstream loaches. Oh, excuse me. The only reason I wouldn't breed hillstream loaches is just because I hate catching them. That's almost enough. That's almost a big enough reason for me not to breed them. But I do think they would be pretty cool to breed. So I might do it. My cories breed on the underside of large anubias leaves. I see a new baby or two every couple of weeks. That's awesome. That's awesome. I need to get new red cherry shrimp males. The ones I have left are not getting the job done. Been there. Definitely been there. What's wrong, buddy? I don't know why you're crying. You gotta tell me what you want. What else we got? I work night shift, getting home around dawn. Well, that's perfect then. That's perfect. Grant, I don't know if you're asking me if I have bred them. If that's what you're asking, I'll say I haven't. Need more words in that sentence. Oh, what else? My panacories are huge. They get bigger. I am now in... Oh, here we go. I'm now in Venice, Florida. Father Fish is closed. What about Imperial Tropicals? Has anyone ordered from them? Imperial Tropicals, I've ordered 2 or 3 times and always been super happy with them. That's not a huge sample size, but they generally get really good reviews. Mike's the owner, Mike, is a pretty good guy. I think I've met him maybe twice. So yeah, I would not be too worried about ordering from Imperial Tropicals. Chocolate gouramis or samurai gouramis. That's my next breeding project. Once I find some, I really like samurai gouramis. I vote for samurai. But you could probably do both eventually. To be honest, the only thing I am sure I won't breed again is a human. Hey, go lay down. Go lay down. Come on. Go on. Go lay down. Go. I meant no doubt. No diggity. No doubt. All good on my end. Just at work, lurking. Lies, all lies. All lies. Bob Kaler, what's up, buddy? Good to see you, my friend. Just learn to lower the water level really, really low to catch hill streams. I'm telling you, it's still a pain. It's still a pain. Like, no matter what, hill stream loaches are always a pain to catch. I understand. Lowering the water level, that'll make it easier. But it's still a pain. Just less of a pain. Less of a pain. LFS is where I'm trying to get into tropical houseplants. This trend elsewhere. Wait. LFS is where I'm. Oh. Amanda says her local fish stores are starting to get into tropical houseplants. It seems like something that would do well. I mean, people that like tropical fish usually like tropical environments as well. So I haven't seen it here in Washington yet, but it doesn't surprise me. It doesn't surprise me. I can barely hear you. Yep, that is correct. The arc of keeping fish is long. You can eventually breed all the things as long as you don't die. Just don't die, and eventually you'll be able to breed. You know, just about everything. Cody, what's up? My daughter says hi. Hello. Hello to Cody, and hello to Cody's daughter. I've seen rock piles help, and I've seen rock piles help in breeding hillstream loaches. Any other tips? So that's pretty much the secret to every loach. Rock piles. Rock piles, current, oxygenation. That's like, if you just want like a quick list of what your tank should look like or be set up when breeding loaches, that's it. Rock piles, flow, and oxygenation. There. Neo Canada shrimp? I don't know. One of my local fish stores sells various kinds of carnivorous plants, so I have seen that, but not in Washington. But I have heard about that. I would think like I would think tropical plants could merge well with aquarium stores. Why not? Are you getting out? Wait, you getting outdoors is camping on the back burner while building the new fish room. There's just been a lot of things going on lately, and our schedules just haven't been lining up. We're planning on something. We went last weekend. We're planning on doing something this weekend, hopefully. Not 100% sure, but we're trying to figure out something, so hopefully this weekend as well. And we just didn't film the last camping trip because I didn't want to. I wanted to relax. So I just, we live streamed instead. We did a live stream. We didn't do any filming. How do you quarantine snails? Can you use the same medication? Man, my nose just itches right here. Anyways, where is that question? How do you quarantine snails? Can you use the same medications that you use for fish on them? You're pretty much safe with snails. I don't quarantine snails because it's nothing that comes in on a snail can transfer to fish. Well, I shouldn't say nothing, but I'll say like 99.9% of snail diseases don't transfer to fish. With all the plants in the rafters of her fish room, what? It's like Danny's fish room. Yeah, Danny's actually talked about opening her own tropical fish store / tropical plant store. So it's funny that this is brought up. If she was here, she'd be talking all about it right now. My fish room doubled the number of tanks this week. That's nice. Did you go from 1 to 2? Got a 20 high at Petco for $25, and they had 40 breeders for 50% off. Why is the 20 gallon $25 now? Shouldn't it be $20? That's weird. Did they change the dollar per gallon? Petco. Petco. Let's go to Petco. And 50% off select Aqueon tanks when you buy online and pick up in store. 20 gallon tank. Here it is right here. 20. They don't. Are they not doing the dollar per gallon sale anymore? Is this a thing? Oddball Aquatics. Hey Haley, what's up? What's up? I added 3 10s and 2 20 longs. No, they're $24.99 on sale, 50% off. It says. So is it like a 50% off sale now instead of $1 per gallon? I think it was. They're regularly $49.99 and they're on sale 50% off for $24.99. I guess that means there's no more $1 per gallon sale. With Uncle Sam, it would be like $29. It's a half off regular price sale, Bob. Ron Foss Fishkeeper says, I told you they changed from 50% off sale. This sale might be a thing of the past. He told me. Now that you mentioned that, Ron, I do remember you mentioning that. I don't even pay attention to what I say, let alone what you say. Nope, not calling it $1 per gallon sale anymore. What a jip. Price of everything going up, man. Price of everything. I got my first set of eggs from those LFGNBN. Thank Bob. LOLs. Okay, you're welcome. The cost of glass went up due to COVID. You know, so much has increased because of that, and I guarantee you, when it's over, it's not going to go down to what it was before. They always keep the prices jacked up a little bit. Guarantee it. BM3 Aquatics says, I think they still are. This is just another sale. Hopefully. I mean, time will tell. Steenfott Aquatics, you guys are so lucky with the $1 per gallon stuff. Hobby is so much more expensive here in the UK. Yep, all of Europe I've heard. Well, pretty much anywhere else that doesn't have the $1 per gallon sale. Ugh, that'd be miserable. I would have all plywood tanks. Well, now the price of plywood is insane too. Currently breeding black Moscow guppies and platinum mollies. I love black Moscow guppies. Probably my second favorite guppy behind the panda guppy. The panda. I doubled the amount of tanks I have. I went from 1 to 2 tanks. Hey, that was my joke. That's what I said. Regina says, thanks for the info. I'll be checking my local pet store, Petco, tomorrow. Get yourself some happy birthday fish tanks. Happy birthday fish tanks. Do cories need caves for breeding? No, they are not cave spawners. They do not spawn. Well, I guess they could spawn in caves. But more than likely, they will spawn and lay their eggs directly on the glass in your aquarium. Me too. Thanks for reading my comment. Well, that's my job, so you're welcome. Lumber is stupid expensive. Stupid expensive is right. Boy, is that an understatement. Currently about to pick up a 40-gallon breeder and a few 10 gallons. I wonder, though... No, like, at what... Is there... At any point... No, because it was 50% off anything over 40 previously anyways. I will tell you... 75 gallons for $100, that's a steal of a deal. So, wait, let me... Are the 75 gallons... Here we go. Are they 50% off? Oh, they raised the price. They were $199. Now they're $209. Still, $105 for a 75-gallon tank. That's a really good deal. It's kind of unfortunate that the other tanks went up in price. $35 for a 29-gallon. $75 for a 55-gallon now. Jeez. Maybe you know, I have been selling off my tanks. Maybe I should just keep them, because this is crazy. Lumber is gonna go up another 30% soon. Yeah, it shot up a lot like a week and a half ago, and I think it's gonna shoot up a lot more for sure. Tanks are really expensive here. I'll stick to secondhand. Yep. What else we got? Big facts, Bob. Like, gas here was $1.05 for regular gas. Now it's $2.99 for regular gas in some areas here in Houston after that ice cold snow and no lights and water for 1 week. Yeah, that'll definitely do it. And no, it was your joke of what was funny about me saying it. Oh. Well, Fishymon64, there you go. Jackson, Texas, Steenfott Aquatics. I was scared at hardware store today. I got 6-foot piece of oak at $17.98 and a 24 by 48 3/4 inch at $22.18. That's actually way cheaper than what I can buy it for. That's a 4x8 sheet of 3/4 inch plywood is like $60 here right now. Everything is about to go way up. Yep. See, now you're rethinking getting rid of all that glass. Hey, 10 gallons? I'm still taking them to the dump. Like, get out of here. I'll never want a 10-gallon tank ever again. Never. So 10 gallons, yeah, not sad about losing those. I was selling off 20 gallons, but now I'm going to put the kibosh on that. I'm not selling any more tanks. Nope. Incoming videos about repairing silicone on old tanks. Yep, they're about to get way more popular. Deborah says, I work at Lowe's. Ooh, insider scoop. We got an email a couple weeks ago not to store or use any lumber for projects and return to stock any that had been not cut or drilled. They're putting a squeeze on lumber. Putting a squeeze on lumber. And they just need to get back up to operating at 100%. Like, now. Not tomorrow. Right now. While I'm live streaming. Get back to 100%. Why is one of my bristlenose very small and the other two almost twice the size? I got 3 for a breeding program. Well, it could be a sex thing. You could have a couple males versus a female. But more than likely, it might be getting bullied and not getting enough to eat. So you might want to separate it, or at least like watch, stick around, watch when you're feeding, and make sure that it's eating. But chances are the other two are just bullying it and it's not getting enough food. Getting wood is a major event these days. Yeah, especially at our age, right, Bob? 10-gallon tanks are good for fry. I don't ever want 10-gallon tanks anymore. I don't care. I'll go and get some. If I need 10 gallons, I'll go get some Rubbermaid totes. That's it. Can we use money plants for aquatic plants? Money plants for aquatic plants. What? Autocorrect keeps changing my I to in. All right. Thanks. I wouldn't call them aggressive. Bristlenose, I definitely would not call bristlenose an aggressive fish, but in a group like that, they can definitely bully each other out for food. So I would just watch them, but they're not aggressive in the fact that they're gonna go kill each other. Not that kind of aggressive. Only good point where I'm at is the LFS has huge deals on fluval gear, plus they have this promo where you get 10% off all non-live stuff when you buy a new tank. Makes it more bearable. Alright. Found an Eheim 47-gallon glass tank at PetSmart for $125. It's now the nicest tank I own. That's like the one, I found that one, I don't think it was Eheim though, but that one rimless one that I got on like super sale for $40. That was a good deal. That was a 2-foot by 4-foot. Yeah. I get it. Yeah, I know. Not like it's a way more expensive here, but definitely more expensive. If you mean money tree, no, it's terrestrial. If money wort, yes, it can convert to aquatic. Oh, you're talking about that. All right. Well, at least it got answered. There you go. I don't think money plants are aquatic. I was so confused. Like, money plants? What? Yeah. Money plants are definitely, like, the actual plant. Definitely not aquatic. I have 3 female guppies for 1 male. One of those females chase the others. Why is that? That's just standard guppy behavior. Normally, I will say it's the males that chase the females, but that's pretty standard guppy behavior. Chase. Volume is a bit low. Yes. Yep. Nothing I can do about it. Technical difficulties with the volume this week. Should hopefully return to normal next week. Pothos are called money plants in India. All right. I don't think. Okay, got that one. Answering. Yep. Regina says, "Hi, Ginger Graves. Safe travels. Safe travels." Yes, this is an excellent point by Quinn Golly that I can never pronounce your name, which is why I never say your name. But as far as the bushy nose, Plecos suggest spreading the food around. Always a good idea to spread your food around the tank. So yeah, if you have a bristle nose that's getting bullied like you do, just put like food in all the corners of the tank. Definitely will help. Can we have guppies with shrimp? Absolutely we can. Master Photographer says, please hit the like button. We are almost at 250. We only need a few more, so hit the like button. Hit that like button. Please, please. I'm like whispering like you guys can hear me, but not with this mic, you can't. All right. Keep talking. I've got 45-minute commute left. Well, I definitely don't have 45 minutes left on here because I got a really nice New York steak waiting for me as soon as I'm done streaming in a minute. Now that it's getting warmer, are you not going camping like it's in the sealed? Yeah, it's too warm. Too warm. It's actually the passes are still closed here for snow, so it's not warm enough. We're just not going camping because our schedules have not aligned recently, and then we had a snowstorm, and that set us back, and this, that, and the other. Like I said, we're trying to get out this weekend, so hopefully we'll get something this weekend. That's fine. I'm not sure how to pronounce it either. Well, good. Then I don't feel as bad. That's funny. You missed the pie, Miss Norton, the drama, the tears, the begging, the cinnamon. Yep. Mitch says, did I miss the pie? That was last week, right? I think that was last week. It was not a very good stream. I wouldn't watch it. Not like this one's any better with no volume. Prices are going, and so is demand. I work at a shipping warehouse, and I've had a total of 3 weekends off this year. Yikes. Yikes. On a live stream. It was on a live stream. And I want to say it was like 30 minutes into the live stream. It's the live stream with all the live stream title. It has pies in the emoji. If you really want to check it out, it wasn't that great. Is it possible to overdose your guppy with garlic in order to kill parasites? I mean, technically, it's possible to overdose on like everything. Well, not water, but yeah, absolutely, you could overdo garlic. But I ate pie. I did eat pie. It was very bleh. Camantha says, hey, I thought last week's stream was great. People get angry when you don't talk about fish on a fish live stream. And we went a long time without talking about fish, so what are you going to do? I think it was the last live stream. It's short so you can watch it in slow motion. It wasn't a lot of drama, actually. No, it wasn't. Yeah, apple pie. It was just plain old apple pie. Barb says, I'm breeding Plecos rainbows. Have about 25 fry now. They school together. Nice. Yes. It is very nice. Especially once you get up to, like, I mean, when you get into the hundreds of rainbow fry and they're all schooling together, it's pretty awesome. But hundreds of any fish is awesome. Patrick says, New York steak. Why not Longhorn Texas steak, Bob? Because I have no idea what that is. I've never heard of a Longhorn Texas steak in my life. Also, the New York steak I bought was like $5. So that's why. It was on sale. But we almost never talk about fish on this fish live stream. People should be used to it. You would think, but we did get a lot of new subscribers last month, so I can't blame them. I can't blame them. They're not conditioned to the live stream yet. It'll take them a few times. Is Steenfott a German name? It absolutely is. Holy smokes, I gotta feed my fish. Yep. Industrial made pie is just sugar. Yeah, I mean, hey, I said it on the stream. Like, I admitted that I'm sure the homemade pie would be way better, but still, like I said in the stream, if I got room for pie, I got room to eat another steak, and I would much rather have steak over pie. Mr. Dolbeck Aqua Designs, welcome back. Welcome back. I appreciate you re-signing up. For rainbows, is it better to remove the eggs? Seem like they eat the eggs otherwise. Yes. In most cases on any fish, it's always better to remove the fry. The eggs from... they're not... I wouldn't technically call them an egg scatterer, but they're pretty close to it. Wait. This is a fish live stream? Mm-hmm. At least for like the first 10 minutes usually. So how many years do you have with fish? I don't even know. I got into it when I was a kid. I got out of it when I went to college. I got back into it. I don't know, 15 years, 20 years, 30, 40, I don't know. Homemade chicken pot pie is the best. I would love to try a good chicken pot pie. I'm sure that I've probably had chicken pot pie at one point in my life, but I don't remember. I know for sure that I've never had like real pie until last week. I've been having trouble getting my red albino guppies to breed. I think I'm missing the fry and they're getting eaten. Yeah, so I would definitely, Melissa, there's a couple different things like fry savers type things that you could put in your aquarium. If you can find some like mesh, things like that, just places for the fry to go where the parents can't go, and should fix that problem. Every time someone asks, what's that on the thumbnail? It was a fish stream. Also, I'm currently interested in trying to breed German blue rams. That's a good one to breed. That's a pretty popular fish that's relatively easy to sell, especially to local fish stores. Steak and mushroom pie is most delicious. I don't understand mushrooms at all. I've tried them. They don't taste like anything to me. Maybe, I don't know. Like, I don't understand mushrooms, so I don't know. Just steak. Just steak is fine for me. You should breed Hillstream loaches. I'm seriously thinking about it. It's you know, you got my interest peaked with Hillstream loaches. The best chicken pot pie has a touch of nutmeg in it. I wouldn't even know. I'll take your word for it. Got a decent group of 18 Lethrinops embassii that I got from Tampa-based cichlids. Starting to get some nice size on them. Just hope I can pass the fish around locally. Lethrinops are great African cichlids. I've owned a few different species, a few different color variants. Really awesome fish. What's the fish on the thumbnail? What is the fish on the thumbnail? I knew if I used that fish, I would get this question a lot. A lot. It is an Odessa barb. Odessa barb. Roast mushrooms with butter and some salt. See, like that just right there tells me that I'm right about mushrooms and they have no flavor. If you gotta bathe them in salt and butter for them to have some flavor and taste good, what's the point? Like, it's the butter and the salt that taste good, not the mushroom. How many Hillstreams would you put in a community? 75. I've been considering them for a while. As many as I could afford. Realistically, depending on, you know, your other stocking situations and your filtration things, you know, taking all things into consideration, man, you could do like a dozen of them in a 75 gallon pretty easily. You know, as long as you don't already have like 5,000 fish in there. When would you recommend adding guppy fries with the parents? As soon as they're big enough to not fit in their mouths. That's kind of my go-to for all fish. This live stream was recommended. Awesome. Hey, I don't think I've ever heard that before. That's pretty cool. My live stream was in the recommendation section of YouTube. That's pretty sweet. Odessa makes a few good songs. That is true. That is true. I seem to be lucky with my snakeskin guppies, but as far as my black Moscows, they are being difficult. So the thing to remember about black Moscows. Let's see. I'm trying to scroll up to your comment. Hold on. Hold on. Well, anyways, so the thing just to remember with any of the Moscow guppies is that Moscow guppies are way bigger than any other guppy. So they're way more likely to prey on their fry. They're way easier to eat. So just keep that in mind. You definitely want some type of fry savored system if you want like really high yields out of Moscow guppies. It depends on the type of mushrooms you get. Don't pronounce this on the stream. Ooh, mushrooms have a really good flavor. So glad so glad to finally catch a live stream. Just in time for it to be over. We are at the 2-hour mark. And, I apologize for the technical difficulties we had earlier. But I think overall this was a pretty fun live stream. We lost a lot of people because the volume sucks, but that's all right. Sometimes it's fun to have less people in the live stream. It's a little more intimate. I don't know. But we're just going to roll through the list here. Carol Cox, K.H. Caver, Jess Phillips, Fish Tank Barn, Tiffany White, Tank Top Tropics, Tesla Killdozer, Aqua Discovery. Oh, Aqua Discovery, buddy. I missed your super chat. Finished knife number 2. Justin, if you're still here, I apologize. Missed your super chat. Furloughs Aquatics, Multi-Hijacker, The Lion's Den, Christian, Regina Phalanges, taking home the gold star today with $50 super chat. That's super awesome. Sarah, Curtis, Jason, Nicole, Charlie, Sarah, Catherine, Dolbeck, all either super chat or joined the membership program on this channel. So thank you. I appreciate it. And also thanks for everyone for sticking through and, the technical difficulties and bearing with the low volume. Hopefully we'll have that fixed by next week. So thanks for hanging out. Thanks to the mods, the lurkers, the subscribers. Most importantly, the subscribers, right? And otherwise, maybe a members only stream on Thursday. Maybe. Got a busy week, so I'm not sure, but I'm going to try to get one in there. And then otherwise, we'll see you all next week.